I love the mentality that you are bringing into the hiring process. And we talked about a little bit um, with this and leading up to this podcast was really taking a high empathy approach from a culture standpoint at the company, but also in the hiring process. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So my ethos has always been, and I think this is even more so since COVID. The world has changed post-COVID. A lot of the people in the marketplace or in the workplace today have seen their parents work for big dot-com companies. They've seen them be thrown over the fence. They have a healthy cynicism for how long they stay with an organization, how well they're treated with an organization. I take the view that we're not building employees, we are building that community to help people come together. And John, I know, was always on the same page with me as far as that's concerned. He was basically saying that he didn't want to build a cookie cutter technology company that treats people the same as some companies have in the past. He wanted to be different, and that's one of the reasons a lot of people join us is they don't just want to join a corporate organization. They want to join a corporation that wants to be different from the dot coms, the 1980s. We don't want to cookie cutter that business model, if you like. So it was interesting. We were on quarterly business reviews recently, and one of our investors was there, and he spent a whole 4 days with us, which is kind of unusual when your board member and your investors spend that amount of time with you, because they're seeing your dirty laundry effectively when you're in the warts and all quarterly business reviews. So it's pretty brave. But he basically at dinner one night said he was blown away about what he'd seen. But he said there are risks. A high empathy company also, because you take so much care of people and you try to do the right things, takes longer to release people where they're not working out. And there is a cost to that. So that got us thinking really hard, because we're a 10-year-old company now, but we've grown fast. So we've had a lot of startup mentality, and now we're in the scale up and prime time mentality, which means that we maybe can't afford to hire as many growers as we did before, because we're running at such a hot pace that we now need a level of experience coming into the business to keep pace and build things. And because we grow so fast, we break things before we've even kind of fully optimized them. So that's an interesting situation. And again, I spent time with him this last quarter, and I sat across the table from him, and I went, so what do you think? How are we doing? Can we still scale this? Can we still keep that human centricity? And he still steely-eyed pointed his finger and went, you bet we can. We ain't losing it. We must
That's
keep our
awesome.
soul.